Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the sanctuary of celebrity truth, the home of deep analysis and exclusive narratives. Welcome to Mr. Magazine. If you are seeking the stories that lie beneath the polished surfaces of magazine covers, you have arrived at the right destination. Before we unravel today's complex tapestry of romance, regret, and the relentless pressure of the spotlight, take a moment to subscribe to our channel. For those who wish to become the backbone of this community and support our independent journalism, please click that join button below. Your support allows us to dig deeper, speak louder, and bring you the news that others are afraid to touch. And, as always, we want to hear your voice in the comments. Your engagement is the heartbeat of Mr. Magazine. Now, settle in, as we turn our gaze toward one of the most tumultuous weeks in recent Turkish entertainment history, centering on a love triangle that bridges the past and the present: Kerem Bürsin, Hande Erçel, and the lingering shadow of Serenry Sarıkaya. In the dazzling, high-stakes theater of the entertainment world, words are rarely just words, they are currencies, weapons, and sometimes, inadvertent sparks that ignite dormant wildfires. Recently, the industry has been shaken by a development that transcends mere gossip, touching upon the fragile psychology of relationships lived under the public eye. Kerem Bürsin, an actor celebrated not only for his charismatic screen presence but also for his usually impeccable gentlemanly conduct, found himself at the epicenter of an emotional earthquake. It was a moment that blurred the lines between professional reflection and personal nostalgia, a slip-up or perhaps a moment of unguarded honesty that has cast a long, chilling shadow over his current, highly publicized union with Hande Erçel. The catalyst? A statement regarding his former flame, Serenry Sarıkaya, a name that, even years after their separation, carries a weight in the Turkish tabloids equivalent to a mythic legend. To understand the magnitude of this tremor, one must first revisit the landscape of the past. The romance between Kerem Bürsin and Serenry Sarıkaya was not merely a relationship, it was a cultural phenomenon, a golden-era union that captivated millions. They were the protagonists of a real-life fairy tale, dominating advertisement campaigns, gracing red carpets with an aura of invincibility, and creating a narrative that many fans secretly hoped would one day find a second chapter. Although the sands of time have buried the relationship, the emotional residue remains potent. It is precisely against this backdrop that Kerem's recent comments struck such a discordant note. In a conversation that was intended to be a retrospective on his career trajectory, the handsome actor ventured into dangerous territory. He alluded to the idea that certain relationships are crucible moments, reshaping a man's character and professional ethos. By explicitly citing the era he shared with Serenry as a definitive turning point in both his personal growth and his artistic journey, he unwittingly reopened a door that many, especially his current partner, had assumed was firmly locked. Whether this reference was a gesture of mature respect towards a significant chapter of his life or a subconscious signal that the past still holds emotional real estate in his heart remains a subject of intense debate. However, the media's interpretation was swift and merciless. Headlines emblazoned with phrases like the Serenry confession splashed across digital platforms and print magazines alike, effectively detonating a bomb in the quiet sanctuary Hande Erçel had been trying to build. For Hande, a woman of immense talent and beauty who has arguably grown weary of the constant, unspoken competition with her partner's history, this was a devastating blow. It is no secret in the corridors of the industry that Hande has struggled with the public's relentless tendency to compare her to Serenry. The social media discourse, often cruel and binary, frequently devolves into polls asking who did he love more, or who was the better match. Questions that dehumanize the women involved and reduce complex emotional bonds to a spectator sport. Just as the waters seemed to be calming, and Kerem and Hande appeared to have established a rhythm independent of these external noises, this nostalgic trip down memory lane disrupted the equilibrium. Sources intimately connected to Hande's inner circle paint a picture of shock and disillusionment. The news did not reach her through a private confession but via the cold, glowing screen of a smartphone. As the Serenry confession trended, Hande was reportedly bombarded with messages from concerned friends, their texts acting as a chorus of alarm. Did he really say this? Is this true? The initial reaction was not one of explosive anger, but of a profound, sinking disappointment. Hande operates on the philosophy that a relationship should be a new world, a fortress constructed by two people looking forward, not a renovation of old ruins. To have the ghost of a past love invoked so publicly, and described in such reverent terms, felt like a violation of the sanctity of their present. Dear Mr. Magazine viewers, we must pause here and ask for your perspective. Do you believe an ex-partner should ever be praised so openly while in a new relationship? Is it a sign of maturity or a sign of disrespect? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. Returning to the unfolding drama, insiders suggest that the silence following the revelation was thick with tension. It is alleged that a confrontation, or rather, a heavy-hearted conversation, took place between the couple. In the privacy of their home, away from the flashbulbs, Hande reportedly laid bare her vulnerability. Her stance was clear and dignified. While she harbors no ill will toward his past and respects the life he lived before her, the timing and nature of his words were deeply wounding. I have always respected your history, she is rumored to have said, her voice laced with the pain of a woman who feels sidelined in her own narrative. But to hear you describe a past love as the defining moment of your life, while we are trying to build something significant right now, inevitably makes me question my place. It was a plea for validation, a declaration that she refused to be the secondary woman in a story that was supposed to be about them. Kerem's camp, naturally, went into damage control mode. Those close to the actor insist that his words were twisted by a sensationalist press hungry for conflict. They argue that Kerem's intention was never to romanticize the relationship with Serenry but to acknowledge the experiences that sharpened him as a professional. In his mind, acknowledging the past is not a betrayal of the present. However, rumors from the backstage of this drama indicate that Kerem, realizing the magnitude of the hurt he caused, attempted to clarify his stance. I only spoke with respect for what was, he allegedly told Hande, but you are the absolute center of my reality now. Yet, in the ruthless ecosystem of tabloid journalism, perception is often stronger than intent. Once the headline exists, the nuance is lost. The digital realm, predictably, became a battlefield. The Serenry or Hande debates reignited with toxic ferocity. Fans dissected every syllable of Kerem's interview, looking for hidden meanings. Some users defended him, arguing, why shouldn't a man be grateful for his past? It made him who he is. Others were less forgiving, criticizing him for a lack of emotional intelligence. You do not praise an ex like a goddess when you have a girlfriend who already faces scrutiny. Hande's loyal fanbase was particularly vocal, forming a protective digital shield around her. She does not deserve this humiliation, they wrote, flooding her pages with support. Hande's response, however, was a deafening silence. Known for her vibrant social media presence, she retreated into a digital shell, posting only strictly professional content. To the observant eye, this absence of personal, emotional sharing was a loud confirmation of her internal distress. She was hurting, but she was choosing to bleed in private rather than feed the wolves. And where does Serenry Sarikaya stand in this resurrected drama? Her response has been the most powerful of all, absolute, unwavering silence. The celebrated actress has long moved past that chapter of her life, curating a private world that is guarded and serene. Sources close to Serenry emphasize that she has no desire to be a character in someone else's relationship crisis. She looks only forward, they say, underlining that her silence is a strategic and dignified choice. Yet, this has not stopped the rumor mill from spinning wild theories about a love triangle, with social media users projecting their own fantasies onto her silence. As the dust begins to settle, the question on everyone's lips is this the beginning of the end for Kerem and Hande? Or is it a hurdle that will strengthen them? Whispers from the couple's circle suggest the latter, though the road is rocky. It is said that the ice has broken after a sincere apology from Kerem, who has realized that his honesty came at too high a price. He has reportedly recommitted himself to bolstering Hande's confidence, proving through actions, rather than words, that she is his priority. There is even talk of a new pact between them. A decision to be far more guarded and restrictive about what they share with the press regarding their personal lives, ensuring that no stray sentence can ever again be weaponized against their happiness. In the end, this incident serves as a stark reminder of the fragility of modern romance, especially when lived under the microscope of fame. Kerem Bürsin's confession was perhaps an innocent reflection, but it revealed the deep insecurities that lie beneath the surface of even the most glamorous relationships. For Hande Erçel, the challenge is now to reclaim her narrative and ensure her love story is not defined by the ghosts of the past. For Kerem, the lesson is learned: in the court of public opinion, the past is never truly dead, it is merely waiting for a microphone. As we conclude this deep dive into the hearts and minds of Turkey's most beloved stars, we are left to ponder the delicate nature of love and memory. It is a story that is still being written, and rest assured, Mr. Magazine will be here to read every new page with you. We want to know, who should be the subject of our next investigation? Which celebrity's hidden truth do you want us to uncover next? Leave your requests in the comments, we read every single one. If you appreciated this detailed, exclusive coverage, please destroy that like button and make sure you are subscribed. For those who want to go the extra mile and ensure we can keep producing this high-quality content, consider clicking the Join button to support the channel directly. Your support fuels our passion. Until next time, keep your eyes open, because in this world, nothing is ever exactly as it seems. This is Mr. Magazine, signing off.